sir. Yes, sir. What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on in to Philly Take with RB, where we constantly talk Philly sports. We got the season coming up very, very soon. We open against the Pelicans on Wednesday. We got a game against the Brooklyn Nets and a couple more after that. I'm excited. The season is about to get underway. Today, we are here to recap the preseason finale from yesterday as the Sixers fell to the Detroit Pistons. We will also talk about some new reports and news surrounding 2-5, the rest of the team, the young cats coming up. I have some hot takes for you guys. We're going to talk about what the Sixers rotation should look like. What should the final roster pretty much be at this point? We are going to talk it all. Drop a yes sir in the chat if you guys are new. Drop a like. Subscribe to the channel, man. Help out the vision. Support the goal, man. Us content creators, we're out here grinding, and we're about to get back into action. You know, we'll be doing play-by-plays for some of the games, as many as I can do. We'll be doing news coverage, injury updates, all other Sixers-related content here on the channel. So even if you're a Sixers fan or another team's fan, man, but you like listening to some content, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you get all the notifications. What's going on, everybody? How are you guys feeling? How's everybody feeling? Shout out to the channel members up in the building. Let's see. We got Indiana Sports Talk, Bam, Charles, Braden, Joel, Reed, what's up? Pat, what's up? Creative people, what's up? Joel Trowell, what's going on? Fanatical, Jason, Joke, Chiquita. Shout out to all the people in the chat. We got 70 people up in here a Saturday afternoon, unannounced, popping up like I do. But there's a reason that I came and did this today. One, as a warning, because tomorrow, 2-5 is expected to be back to practice with the team, and we're going to talk about it all. But before we do that, let's go ahead and hear a quick word from our sponsor here today, BetQL. Do you want to get an advantage over your sportsbook? If so, BetQL is the perfect app for you. Their best bet model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you a best bet recommendation across all major sports. For every single game, they give you everything from over, under, spreads, player props. They even give you all the injury updates, news, and any other information you need to succeed on your bets in real time. I've been using BetQL myself. They have some of the sharpest analytics, and they're helping me take my sports betting to another level. We have some football games coming up this weekend. We have basketball starting soon. If you want to take your sports betting to another level, download the BetQL app from the App Store, Google Play Store, or click the link down in the description. Use promo code RB for 25% off of any subscription offering. Again, promo code RB, 25% off any subscription offering. And be sure to check out the special BetMGM offer in the description as well if you're in an eligible state to receive $200 in free bets, no matter whether your wager wins or not. Again, promo code RB, all the information down below in the description. Shout out to them for sponsoring this content today. All right, so before we start reading the chat and before we get to the phone lines, because I think I'm going to open up the phone lines for a little bit once we talk about some things just to get some thoughts. We'll probably be doing a call-in show maybe Monday or Tuesday, and Wednesday's the opener. We'll be on the play-by-play, so be sure to come out and hang out and all that good stuff. But I want to go over the report and news that came out. Okay, so yesterday, Keith Pompey put this out, pretty much said that Sixers coach Doc Rivers expects 2-5 to be at practice on Sunday. Yes, that is right. The return we've all been waiting for. But is it a bluff? Will he actually show up? Because apparently he did a workout himself the other night at, I think it was St. Joe's, and he hasn't been cleared yet, but now he is. Because of the whole protocol and everything, and he got the test. So, here we are. Here we are, and he's expected to come back and practice tomorrow. That's what Doc Rivers says. But at the same time, Doc has also said he can't get in the guy's head, so he doesn't know what is going to happen. So I guess we'll see. But anyway, going even further on the comments, Doc Rivers says, when asked about how does he handle the situation, he says, we have to pretty much go forward with it. As a coach, I'm literally in a tough spot, right? But we literally have to. So at the end of the day, I feel like there's just no communication between these parties. I feel like Rich Paul and 2-5 are communicating. And again, I still personally feel like my take on this is that he's trying to tiptoe within the guidelines. He's trying to make his money, and he's just trying to do what he can. And I don't know if he's going to suit up for a game. I don't. But we will have all our answers tomorrow. And if he does come to practice, not only will that be maybe the most awkward situation ever, but the media is going to be looking to talk to this guy. They're going to look for him to go up there and give him some time. So if he does do that, which I don't think he will he hold himself accountable? Will he come out and say, you know, I messed up, I did this, I did that? Or will it be more of a deflection game? So we'll see. But I can't wait to get past this and get into the season. Going even further, Doc says that the first step was getting him through the protocols, and now the next stop is getting him integrated with the team. So, of course, I knew Doc would defend this guy, and I knew he would be all in on it. I feel like that's just what they have to do right now because obviously they keep on preaching to bring him back, and, well, that's where we're at. That's where we're at until they can trade this guy. Everybody knows that he wants out. Everybody knows the Sixers don't want him here long term. I don't see a way that this gets repaired, and I am worried that things in the locker room are going to probably get stirred up really bad. And that's why I hope he doesn't play. I really hope he doesn't play, to be honest. But who knows? I'm sick of this. I know you guys are sick of hearing about it. So, but again, you know, this is what is being reported. Now, this report came out on Friday, and this was insane. So this is more of a news story that came out. And, you know, People were saying, like, oh, it's just noise, like it's just coming out at this time because so-and-so wants it to come out and stir things up. But let me tell you something, okay? They asked Doc Rivers about this, and he pretty much confirmed that it did. That's not all of it happened, but this was actually a situation. So apparently the morning of Game 7, when we lost to the Atlanta Hawks, 2-5 was held out of the shoot-around that morning due to exposure to a team massage therapist who had an inconclusive COVID test. Quote, listen, Game 7 was no fun that day, obviously. Most of it we didn't think we had Ben. It was more of the league that told us he couldn't play. We went through shoot-around with the shock of that. So apparently this guy wasn't even going to play. Now the crazier part that comes out about it is that according to Ramona Shelburne and whoever else contributed to this piece, they said that Sixers teammates viewed 2-5 as being the type of player that was trying to sit out on purpose because he himself did not want to get embarrassed. This is the story that was written by ESPN, that he did not want to play because of how the series was trending and how he just, you know, couldn't get out of his own head and he couldn't make a free throw and this and that. So I'm not going to talk about it any further. I'll leave the conclusions up to you, but this is insane. Like every little angle, every little piece of this entire soap opera has just been insane, and it gets crazier. It really does. And if this has any truth to it at all, I'm not going to be the one to say it does or doesn't. But the fact that they asked Doc Rivers, and he did bring up the situation thinking they weren't going to have him there, I just think it's interesting. I think it's really interesting, and I think that there's just no way this is going to be the most awkward locker room situation I've seen in a long time. A long, long time. Absolutely insane. And then Doc was even asked about the whole excuse part. Doc Rivers was asked if certain people felt Simmons had used the incident as an excuse to not play. No. Listen, I don't talk for everyone, but I didn't feel that. So, I don't know, but very, very interesting, strange, peculiar situation. And we'll have all our answers. I know I keep saying it, but we will have our answers within the next 3 to 4 days. Pretty much tomorrow, actually. Because if this is all a bluff and he does not actually come out and practice with the guys and speak to the media, then we know, right? It kind of will hit us in the face there. But, man, this is the weirdest situation I may have ever seen in sports. Like, this has been one of the craziest storylines in the NBA over the last decade. Unbelievable. And there was even another piece that came out talking about how essentially during the meeting where 2-5 met with Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers this offseason and Elton Brand, he pretty much said, you know, I don't feel like I can make mistakes here. I feel like I'm too heavily criticized early on in my career. It's just insane. It's just insane, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, other than that, that's pretty much the news that comes out. We'll talk about a little bit more, but let's go ahead and switch over and maybe open up the phone lines a little bit. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts about who should make the roster. What are you thinking from the preseason? My main thought starts with this, man. Isaiah Joe is an animal. He is an absolute animal. I've been high on Isaiah Joe last year. I actually said that he should have got more minutes last year. I know you remember me preaching about him. In my opinion, he's a pretty good role player, and he's young. He has a lot of upside. His skills translate, and this guy has been sniping for this team. Isaiah Joe finished the preseason 4 games, shooting 59% from 3, 16 for 27. 16 for 27 for 3 from Isaiah Joe. I mean, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I mean, come on, man. Look at this. Look at this guy, Isaiah Joe. He can move it off the dribble. That's the one skill I was looking for him to develop, was more of a handle, and he seems to have been doing that this offseason. He's been working. I mean, come on, man. 16.8 points, couple rebounds, 59% from 3. It's insane. Look at that. Man. This guy is going to be a really good role player for this team. And in my personal opinion, he has forced Doc Rivers' hand to play him. He must come off the bench, and he must get adequate minutes to start this season, because it's just like that situation where the player has just not allowed the coach to take him off the floor. He's been this good. He's been better than advertised. I thought he would still have some more progression, but man, is this guy good. And he fits perfectly. He knows his role. I love it. I love it. ALD, what's going on, man? Hope your day is well. In addition, man. Petey, what's going on, bro? Shout out to the channel members. Crazy, he has no clue. Sean, what's going on, man? Remember, we thought it couldn't get worse than folks. This city is in a bunch of pain, man. These sports are tough. Very, very tough, man. I still don't think the tantrum child is going to play. I'll believe it when I see it. Kyrie Irving, please. For in terms of Kyrie, man, I don't want Kyrie. Unfortunately, when it comes to a basketball standpoint, I would pray for Kyrie to come here. But in terms of who he is, where he's at mentally, I don't see Kyrie Irving. I really don't see this guy playing this year unless he gets traded. And I know I saw his Instagram live and all that. I just don't think Kyrie is in the right mindset. And I think, everybody has their choice and their right. And Kyrie, he wants to stand for what he wants to stand for, and he wants to have a voice. I'll leave the opinions up to everybody else, because I'm not going to judge the man. All I'm going to say is that I don't think his head is in the right place. And it's unfortunate because he's so talented as a basketball player. But I just, even last year when he took some time off out of nowhere and now this, and, hey, the Brooklyn Nets are losing a player, essentially, and I don't think they're going to get him back. James Harden looked, he looked emotionally upset, honestly. Not upset, but more just disgruntled. And, they had big visions when they acquired James Harden, and when KD and Kyrie decided to team up in Brooklyn, and it just kind of levels out the playing field a little bit, to be honest. So we'll see what happens, but I don't want Kyrie because I don't think he's going to play. I think he would come here and honestly just become a distraction as well, and I think we need to get away from the distractions. We need to get away from that. Fanatical says, I was encouraged by our play this preseason. Even with the Simmons saga, we looked fairly solid as a team, young guys stepping up. Yeah, Isaiah Joe has been really good. And in addition to Isaiah Joe, shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Let's listen to this video clip. I love these guys, man. Tyrese Maxey, by the way, we're going to look at a video of him as well. But holy, not only is this guy nice off the dribble, he's nice on the mic as well, supporting his teammates. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to feel like. Listen to this guy, man.
Isaiah Joe is shooting at least 70% from Trey, right? I mean, does anybody have the numbers? It's like 60. Oh, yeah, it's just 60. But nah, I mean, I expect nothing less. I mean, I told somebody the other day, like, Isaiah Joe, the first game I played in, he didn't miss a shot. At least, I mean, it's remarkable to watch him work out, to watch his work ethic. He's in the gym early morning, late at night. So I'm not surprised at all. And no one really talks about his defense. Everybody talks about his tray balls and different things like that. But he's one of the best competitors defensively on our team. So, hey, keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Appreciate you, boss.
Isaiah.
Yo, shout out to Tyrese Maxey, and I just love every time I hear Tyrese Maxey talk. Like, I just feel like he's got that personality for this city. He's going to put it on display. He's a hard worker. He's gritty, and he just embraces the game. And it's so refreshing, not only to see that, but on the floor as well, to see how this guy, he's exactly what we need. He consistently attacks the basket with force. Doesn't matter. He'll take on a bigger defender. Couple dribbles. He'll go up off 1 foot. It's beautiful. Look at this. And look at this alley-oop right here to Drummond yesterday. Oh, my God. They were booing Andre Drummond every single play. They were booing Andre every time he touched the ball, and he was playing well. I think Drummond's going to be a great addition for us off the bench. We're definitely going to be analyzing this bench a lot, no doubt. Strength of the bench has excited me this year, says Raphael. Yeah, exactly. Sean says, who has a better chance of reaching Robert Covington potential, Isaiah or Matisse? I mean, I got to say Isaiah Joe at this point. I love Matisse, but Isaiah Joe is showing me a lot. There's just something about this guy, and I've seen it. I've seen it since last year. Not to throw any shade on Furkan because Furk is playing a lot better. I still need to see it more consistently, but, man, Isaiah Joe, there's just something about him. When you just watch him play, it's magic to your eyes. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that he's not going to struggle in some games and he'll have some off shooting nights because, again, let's be real, this is preseason. But Isaiah Joe has something to him. Whether it's the catch and shoot or just the quick trigger, I love it. I really love it. So we'll see what happens. Big Play Slay, what's going on, man? Shout out to Big Play Slay in the chat. Appreciate you for tuning in, bro. I've been a Sixers fan for 40 years. I'm ready for another chip. Well, I'm ready for a chip. I'm ready for a chip because, man, there's nothing more than I want to see a Sixers chip. And honestly, the Sixers are the lifeline of this city right now. People don't want to admit it, but the Eagles are going through a tough time. The Phillies seem to be in the same rut. The Flyers seem to be the Flyers after last night's opener. The Sixers need to step up, okay? And once we get this distraction done with, which I hope happens soon, hopefully things will get better. Hopefully things will get better. Another piece of news that I wanted to discuss. Let's see. So obviously we talked about 2-5, and again, if you're just coming in here, we got 170 people, guys. Drop a like, subscribe. We should have 100 likes right now. Please help me push this content out. It is a grind, and I love to do this, and I'm looking forward to all of us taking this thing to the next level. So I appreciate you all being in here. All the support is very much appreciated, and we're gonna keep taking this thing to the top. Here's another piece of news. So the Sixers have waived Shaq Harrison today. Shaq Harrison played a lot in the preseason. There's some things that I like about him. There's also some things I really don't. I think that he takes the reins too much sometimes. I feel like he tries to do a little too much, and don't get me wrong, he has a lot of athleticism. He's a good athlete, and he does some things well, but I just don't I don't know. I felt like he was going to go to the Blue Coats, and as Keith says, he's expected to join the Blue Coats, the Sixers NBA G League team. So let's go. RG Energy, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Very much appreciated. Shout out to you. That's right. We got the new animations going here. We'll have a lot more of those this season. So shout out to RG. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Very much appreciated. But yeah, Shaq Harrison. So he's going to the G League, and he'll probably stay there this entire season. The Sixers' two-way contracts right now are Grant Ryler and drawing a blank. Aaron Henry out of Michigan State. Aaron Henry and Grant Ryler are the two-way contracts. So essentially, I think we have our team down to 15 at this point. There will probably be a few guys, in my opinion, that bounce from G League to NBA and back and forth. Charles Bassey's one of those guys. I think he showed some impressive runs yesterday, had a couple nice blocks. I think he had 7 points in 10 minutes. He was impressive. I can't lie. Like, it was actually fun watching Charles Bassey. Now, I know he was going against some third stringers and all that, but, you know, it was fun. It was fun. Superhero, thank you, my man. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys, hit the like. Hit the like. It definitely helps out the channel. We got 175 people in here, you guys. The support's amazing. We'll be going back and forth. We'll be incorporating play-by-plays and news coverage and maybe some post-game lives if we can't do a play-by-play one night. We'll be doing it all here on the channel. So, and we're going to open up the phone line shortly because I want to get some takes on the Sixers' final roster. Who do you think has impressed you? Who do you think is going to step up? What's going to happen with this whole situation? We'll definitely go to the phone soon. RG, thank you again, my man. Much love to you. Much love to you. They shouldn't discourage his initiative. Sounds like a good player down the road. Yeah, I agree. IJ was a bit raw. He was. He definitely was. I still think that Doc doesn't like young players. But at the end of the day, let's go. Yeah, I love that animation. I love the guy, man. Swinging the towel. It's amazing. Aaron, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, I know we decided on 2-5 as for what we call the disappointment, but me and my buddies call him Bum Simmons because that's what he is, a bum. And I understand how you feel. You know, I get that's the pulse of Philadelphia right now. This whole thing, man, like, and I've actually stopped reading a lot of the comments because some people, man, they will never give it up. And, you know, we know how we feel. We know how the city feels. It's going to be a crap show either way. You know, that opening night game where you are in New Orleans, you know, it's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a player. Who might get more praise on the road than at home. And what do I mean by that? I mean when he goes to the free throw line, if he plays, and he's missing free throws, he might get more cheers on the road than at home. Isn't that insane? Man, if he really does play in that opener, which I don't think he's going to, I still am not going to believe it until I see it. But if he does play in that opener, man, that place is going to come down. That place is going to literally just erupt in boos every time he touches the ball. It's going to be interesting. I listened to Zach Ertz's press conference yesterday after he got traded to the Cardinals, and he said something about, you know, how Philly, man, he loved the boos. He embraced it. It didn't matter. He knew that, you know, the fans didn't care about going day by day and posting on Instagram and Twitter and doing all this stuff. All they cared about was you working on your game and getting better and showing the effort. And I agree 100%. I think they should play that clip in front of 2-5, in front of everybody, because it was spot on. It was spot on. But yeah, Aaron, I think that I think we're on the same boat here. I'm going to try, like I promised on my video a few days ago. I'm going to try not to talk about it too much, but for the people that may get offended by that, I'm sorry. I can't help you out. Go get your coverage somewhere else. I understand. But this is what the team revolves around right now. This whole situation is going to determine a lot about this team. I've been hearing some things as well about could Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, could they get flustered and could tensions get uneasy a little bit early in the season? I think that's still a possibility. And I wouldn't be surprised if Daryl waits for that. But at the same time, I think that what the plan here is depends on what he decides to do. Will he show up to practice tomorrow? Will he come out and take accountability? That's the first step. If he does that, will he play in the games? And if he does that, I think we're going to try to make it polished as possible and get him out of here within 10 to 15 games. If he doesn't show up tomorrow, if he doesn't play in the games, then we'll know, as I am predicting, that this is all just a public perception thing. Trying to dance around everything, just trying to get his money, make sure he can do that, and then he's going to, not really give it his all. I think that's what's going to happen, and I think that we're going to have to end up settling, or Daryl's going to have to pull something out of you-know-where. So we'll see. I'll try not to keep discussing it, but unfortunately, that's what our team revolves around right now. So, Aaron, thank you again for the super chat, man. Question is, how well do you rate Isaiah Joe's defense? He works hard, but he'll be solid or a liability. I think his defense is really good, actually, and I think people forget the fact, like Tyrese Maxey said, that this guy averaged 2.5 steals in college because he can play defense. The only thing that was a question mark for me was his handle, but it seems a little more smooth now. So I think he's working on his game, dribble drive, pulling up off the catch and shoot. I love it. I love it. So he could be a really, really, really solid piece on his bench, and I think he's going to come through for us. I do. Imagine Ben draining a deep one and shushing the crowd. I mean, yeah, I could see it happening if he would actually shoot, but he won't. And that's the thing. That's the thing I would love to pose, and I've been trying to, but I don't even argue with the stands anymore because there's just no point. But you know what'll be really funny for me to say is when he comes out and he's the same exact player. I don't think he's going to change. And if the motivation from this entire situation doesn't change him now, it never will. Things will never change if he comes out and he's the same player. So we'll see. Rick Bennett, what's going on, my man? Shout out to another great channel member, a Fire Take Goat. Look at the little badge, the Fire Take badge. It's fire, man. Says I remember we blasted the Washington Wizards play-by-play for calling him overrated. I think he's right. You're on to something there, Rick. You're on to something. He was right. He was right. We got fooled. We got bamboozled. Sixers Inspector, what's going on, man? Shout out to Inspector. Adi, what's up? What's up? Scott Lawrence, another Fire Take member in the chat. Yo, 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 what's going on? I wonder what his dad thinks about what he is. Who knows? I feel like people in his camp play him up a lot. Regina says, hey, from Georgia, so excited for the season. Good luck to you. I'll see you soon. Shout out to you. Good luck. Good luck. But, yeah, so we talked about the 2-5 thing. We talked about the preseason a little bit. I thought Isaiah Joe and Maxey made a good impact. I thought Andre Drummond was really solid, and I think we got a steal for this guy. I was the one, when we signed Andre Drummond, I was the one sitting up here telling Sixers fans to relax, R-E-L-A-X, like Aaron Rodgers said, relax. Andre Drummond is going to be a really good piece for us. Why? Because he's, 4 years removed from being an all-star? This guy can still rebound. He can still put it up at the hole. I know he has problems. I know he has deficiencies where he hasn't really evolved his game in correspondence to the entire league. But look, Andre Drummond on a 1-year backup deal at 28 years old. It's not Dwight Howard that you get at 34 years old. This is Andre Drummond at 28 years old, and this was a steal. I'm loving what he actually looks slimmer than he did before too, and he looks like he's in shape. Now again, he's going to have mistakes. He's going to have games where he doesn't play well. But I think he's going to be even a better addition to this team than Dwight Howard was. And I'm just going off what I'm seeing so far. And there's definitely a factor in here when you think about where Andre Drummond is in terms of his career, right? He wants to come out here and get a payday. So he's going to be working his tail off, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what happens. Eli says we need to sign Tyrell Terry. Yo, I mean, I was wrong about that. I thought Tyrell Terry was going to be that man. He got cut yesterday by the Mavs. Second year, he got cut. I think the Sixers should take at least a look at him. They should do their due diligence, you know? I mean, why not? Why not? But yeah, man, I mean, there's a lot of players. I saw Avery Bradley got waived by the Golden State Warriors, so it's going to be some interesting things, but we'll see what happens. We will see how it all goes. Shout out to everybody. We got almost 200 in here, guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 15K subscribers. We'll be covering the Sixers all year long. I think we'll take it over to the phone lines a little bit in just a few minutes. I want to talk a little bit about my final rotation. So give me your thoughts in the chat, and we'll open up the line soon. But obviously, and by the way, I'll be dropping a record prediction video, even though it's going to be hard to do so. I'll probably be doing that on Monday. And Tuesday, we'll probably do our Sixers Takeover podcast and take some calls and all that the night before the game. But let me tell you something. This is going to be the hardest, prediction ever because I still don't know about the team. I've been trying to say this. It's so hard to evaluate this team because we don't know. I don't think Doc knows. I don't think Daryl knows. Elton. It all depends on what the guy does. So we'll see. But my best guess at the rotation for now, let me repeat, for now. Obviously, if 2-5's here, he'll be in. Don't know if he will be. Same starting lineup. I think guys that are going to contribute are Tyrese Maxey off the bench or in the starting lineup. Isaiah Joe. Furkan Korkmaz will probably get some run. Now, I don't know what this whole philosophy is about Doc Rivers playing Furkan Korkmaz so much as a backup point guard. I really hope he doesn't. But, yeah, I think Furkan, I think Andre Drummond is going to be a great player. I think George Niang is going to get, obviously, a ton of run. I thought he was decent in the preseason, but I want to see his consistency as a steady player. Let me go ahead and pull up the rest of the guys just so we can see it here. But yeah, I think Charles Bassey's going to bounce back and forth between the G League and the NBA. I do think he'll be at, like some third unit runs or something like that. Jaden Springer. What do you guys think about Jaden Springer? I actually don't think he's going to make the roster. Like, I think he'll make it, but he'll probably be more in the G League. Hold up, let me pull it up here. Let's go. All right, here we go. And again, guys, Shaq Harrison was waived, so he's obviously going to be on the G League. Jacqueline, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, I hate to say it, but I think Ben is a narcissist and lacks the capacity to own up to his imperfections and has a highly inflated opinion of himself. Well, Jacqueline, don't be sorry to say it. Don't be sorry to say it because you're speaking the truth. You are speaking the truth, and I agree 100%. And that is why, as much as they played us up, and this is why I feel like I've been arguing with a lot of people about this, and I've been trying to stay away the last couple of days, but I really do feel what Jacqueline just said. I don't think this guy, excuse me, I'm also congested a little bit, getting over a cold, but I truly don't believe that this guy has the balls to come out to a press conference and say, I'm sorry, I messed up. I'm going to work to get better on my game. I'm going to work to improve with my teammates. Even to say the right, even if he doesn't believe it, even if it's just for here speak, right, and just to help facilitate his situation, I don't think he'll do it. And I think the true colors, you ever seen true colors with people? I don't think that's who he is. And I just think he has that, Jacqueline calls it narcissism. I just think it's, I guess that's the best way to put it. It's just this self-heightened image of himself. He believes that he's done nothing wrong. He believes it's Joel Embiid's fault. It's Doc Rivers' fault. It's the organization's fault because we've criticized them too much. It's this and that. It's this and that. It's everything else except for the fact that you couldn't make a free throw. You won't shoot a basketball. You haven't worked on your offensive game. I don't think he sees that. And I think he is just like that one person you may know in your personal life where they just will not take self-blame. Even when the situation has been put into the fire and it's being roasted as we speak, he won't do it because he's petty. And if he does do it, I will give him at least the respect for that. And I'll say, okay, you grew up a little bit. You matured. I don't think he'll do it. Now, if he comes out tomorrow and proves me wrong, because there's some things I've been right about, there's been some things I've been wrong. That's what happens in life. I'll give him respect if he does it. But I think Jacqueline's right. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it. But we'll see. We will see what happens. It's going to be, tomorrow might be one of the most anticipated media days, Sixers practices ever in this franchise history. This organization has been through some tough things. Tomorrow might be the craziest thing. It might. Here's the Sixers roster. So we were talking about the bench guys. I talked about who will pretty much be the bench unit. Aaron Henry, I think he'll be one of those end of the rotation players if he does make it, but he'll probably spend some time again in the G League. Grant Ryler's on a two-way. He'll be in the G League. Paul Reed. I think Paul Reed again is going to be a guy at the end of the rotation who will get couple minutes, garbage time. Maybe if an injury happens, or maybe if George Niang doesn't really step up, maybe Paul Reed could get some more minutes. But I think he needs to take that next step in terms of working on his jump shot. And I think we have a lot of players who kind of already do what Paul Reed does. So he's going to have to really flash, or there's going to need to be an injury for him to really step up, in my opinion. Jaden Springer again. Don't think he'll get minutes. Matisse Thybulle's an interesting one. What do you guys think about Matisse? Because in my personal opinion, you know I love Matisse. I'm not afraid to highlight his deficiencies, though. He needs to shoot the ball. Now, if he goes this entire season and we see no improvement from Matisse in terms of a shooter, then it's going to be hard to keep him on the floor, especially with how Furkan's knocking down shots and how Isaiah Joe's knocking down shots. And we're going to have to evaluate that as we go. I still think it would help this team tremendously to bring in a veteran guard sometime throughout the season off the bench. I think that would help this bench tremendously. Or if Seth Curry ends up getting moved in, maybe a trade or something. I'm saying Seth Curry gets moved to the bench. Say we trade for someone, we bring them in. Curry moves to the bench, Danny Green to the 2. I think that would help as well. But if it doesn't, then I think that a veteran guard would really help this team off the bench. But in terms of Matisse, he's a spark plug. He is one of the best young defenders I've ever seen. And you love his defense. You need it in there. You need that energy sometimes. But he's got to knock down some shots as well. So we're going to see how that plays out. I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lot of question marks. But that's pretty much where we're at. I think Bassie will spend time in the G League, and I think he'll get bumped up once in a while. And, we'll see what happens. Chump says I'm being a hater. Well, then I'm being a hater. It is what it is, man. He said JK. He said JK. Guys, Jaden Springer, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hate on Jaden Springer, but I just don't see any NBA in him right now. I think he needs years of development. Obviously, he came out as a freshman. I don't see it. I don't even see it with Jaden Springer. The way he dribbles, just there's a lot of tweaks that need to be made in terms of his technique on the game. So we'll see. Paul should be getting more playing time than Bassie. I don't think either of them will get significant playing time. We'll see what happens. We got 95 likes in the chat, guys. 5 more. Drop a like, man. Push this content out. What are you guys waiting for? Who's ready for Wednesday? Who's ready for the play-by-play, man? We're going to be there. It's going to be exciting. We're about to go to the phone lines. Damn. I'm getting over this cold. It's pissing me off, man. Drop a like, guys. Subscribe. Before we get to the phone lines, call into the show, guys. 215-798-7638. I want to hear your thoughts. Enough of me talking. I want to hear the 2-5 thoughts. I want to hear what's going to happen tomorrow. Who do you think should make the roster? Any guys you think are on the verge?
Let's go.
Carlos, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Very much appreciated. Thank you for furthering the support of the channel. Says, salute, bro. But Ben Simmons being in the Sixers lineup this year deserves a no, sir. I don't have a no, sir button. Make me a sound effect and I'll put it on I'll put it on here. This is what I can do for you, Carlos.
This guy stinks.
That's the best I can do for now. Carlos, no, sir, man. I agree with you 100%. Thank you for the donation, bro. This is going to be... We've been the laughing stock for a little while now, and I can't take it, man. I really can't take it. I can't take it. Oh, man. Nick says, I can't believe there's still Ben Sands. It's ridiculous, and it's only going to get worse. And, actually, I want to bring up one more point before we get to the phone lines. There's some people out here saying, if you boo 2-5, you're not a Sixers fan. You're not legit. Oh, please. I would rebuttal that by saying, if you do support this guy, you need to question your Philadelphia fandom. You're going to tell us that we're not allowed to boo a player when we pay money to go to the games, when we pay surpluses of amounts of money to buy merchandise to support these guys, to pretty much help pay their contracts. You're going to tell me when a guy acts classless that we can't boo? And by the way, this is Philadelphia where, like Zach Ertz said yesterday, we're booing out of love. We want to see you do better. We want to see the effort. We're not allowed to boo now. Unbelievable. They're talking about us changing the narrative. Why is it always painted on us? Why can't the narrative be what it is? The fact that this guy doesn't improve. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's stop it. Let's stop it, man. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Somebody just sent me that post you guys are talking about in the chat. The AI Instagram post. I don't get it, man. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Somebody send me the post on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't yet. Send me the post on Twitter. Actually, maybe it'll be on Twitter. Maybe I can look it up. We'll see. But I can't. Come on, man. I'll see if we can find that while we're taking some calls. But again, 215-798-7638. Guys, I want your thoughts for the next however long. Call into the show. We'll be covering the team every single day. Tomorrow we're going to be reacting to this guy if he has media day or whatever. Real quick, we're going to go and hear a word from the sponsor though, BetQL. Do you want to get an advantage over your sportsbook? If so, BetQL is the perfect app for you. Their best bet model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you a best bet recommendation across all major sports for every game. They cover spreads, over, unders, player props. They give you news, injury updates, and all other info you need to succeed on your bets in real time. Again, they have some of the sharpest analytics. They've been helping me take my personal sports betting to the next level. So if you are interested in the same kind of success, go to the App Store, Google Play Store, or download the app or click the link in the description and use promo code RB for 25% off of any subscription offering. Be sure to check out the special BetMGM offer in the description as well to receive $200 in free bets no matter whether your wager wins or not. Again, promo code RB, 25% off any subscription. All the information down below in the description. Shout out to them for sponsoring this content. All right. Let's see if we can find this AI post. But, yeah, guys, call into the show, 215-798-7638. Give me your thoughts. Give me your comments, questions about the team heading into this week. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm excited about the new season, but I was so mad to hear 2-5 was coming back. I went to the Nets preseason, and the energy seemed to be so much better. It really is. The floor spacing, these guys are playing hard, and that's what I'm really liking to see as well. I think this is going to be really toxic at times. It really is. I'm a Ben Simmons apologist. I feel empty inside. Shout out to Pat. I mean, you've been consistently one of the biggest 2-5 supporters around, and I feel like if he just took this seriously and vowed to get better, even you'd give him. Yeah, exactly. If he just took accountability and apologized, I would at least maybe consider it. But I just don't have any confidence in that. I don't, and it's upsetting. It's frustrating because I want to see this team win a championship. At the end of the day, we all want to see this team win a championship. That's it. We got 100 likes in the chat, man. Drop the yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to hear from you guys. Call into the show. You don't even have to talk about 2-5 if you don't want to. Talk about the team. What are your expectations? What do you think about this squad? What are we going to do? Come on, call into the show. 215-798-7638. Let me try to find this AI post. If you guys don't... Sorry, I was reading something. But, yeah, somebody send it to me on Twitter so I can pull it up on here. I'm not logged into Instagram, but... Let's see. How are we at fault that the little weasel can't or won't shoot So what are they going to do if the whole building boos him? Kick everyone out? I don't know. It's going to be a weird situation, to be honest. It's going to be interesting, and I think boos are going to rain down. But let's go to the phone lines and get some thoughts. Yo, you're live on the show. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, RB?
Yo, what up?
So, all right, here's what I think. If we're trying to make this work out for both Ben Simmons and the Sixers fans, by the way, this is Brandon Droz. I always watch your stuff.
What's up, Brandon? Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, so you know Embiid rests all the time, right? And Ben Simmons is always doing amazing when he's sitting down. Like, he doesn't work well with Embiid. Probably not Dwight Howard, no Andre Drummond, right?
Yeah, but why? Why doesn't he work?
Because he sucks at shooting and all that, right? I am not a Ben fan at all. I want him out here too, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
So maybe if Ben is too much of a wuss to play in front of the home crowd, if we're resting Embiid early in the season, have Ben play somehow. If he drops a 30-point game or something like that, like he only does when he plays by himself, increase his trade value that way. So
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Like, is any other GM going to be fooled about this? Like, come on. I feel like if we can see this, everybody else can. Like, yeah, Joel can sit out. He can put up 30 points in a game, but there's no reason his mentality should change. There's no reason he should play different. It's not hard. Like, stars everywhere in this league are paired up. They don't play different, right? When they're playing with a star, they adapt, they adjust, and there's just something about this guy's mentality. I think it's going to go over bad when it comes to other GMs.
I agree, man. I mean, what's your opinion? What do you think we're going to be able to get out of him? Are we going to wait until the end of the trade deadline? Unfortunately,
I feel like the keys are in his hands right now. I think it depends what he decides to do this next 4 to 5 days. If he sucks it up and takes accountability, maybe he can play himself out of here and he'll help himself out and he'll help us out. But I don't know. If not, we may have to settle for something worse. We may not, I'm telling you, the boos are going to rain down at the Wells Fargo. Like, it's going to be a very uncomfortable situation. And when you got young guys on the squad, this you don't want to mess with them either. So I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man.
So, all right. Do you think it's just be the better idea if he did a little Kyrie Irving and only played road games? Not that Kyrie Irving is going to play only road games because they're not going to let him play at all if he doesn't take the vaccine. But would you think that's a better option? Because I don't know if Ben would even play a home game, honestly.
I mean, it's just a rough situation. You want to get rid of it as soon as possible, but if you had to do it, I guess. But it's just, I don't know. Like, the locker room is not going to be together, and I feel like you're just giving them an out. You know what I mean? It's tough. But
all right, man. I don't really got too much else to say, but hey, I love your channel and all that, man. I'm always watching.
Thanks for calling in, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to him, man. Here's the post, by the way, guys. I just found it on Twitter. AI puts it up. Oh my gosh, man. I know he has to, but come on. Come on, man. Come on. This is just annoying. I'm going to put it up in a second, man. Let's go back to the lines. Yo, you're live on the show. What's going on?
Okay.
Hello?
It's just annoying.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Hi, RB. This is RB?
Yep, this is me. What's going on?
This is Mama Key.
Mama Key.
Joshua won.
What's going on?
Josh helped out them billions. Yes.
Hold on. Give me 1 second, Mama Key. Let me put this up on the screen here. I don't know if you can see it right now, but this is, look at this. See. Allen Iverson puts this up on Instagram and Twitter. It says, follow God's plan and execute, little bro, at Ben Simmons. Come on, man. But he did put hashtag best fans in the world.
Yes. You can't hate on Aya. He's trying to give him a little courage.
He's trying to give him some of that.
He's trying to give him a little courage.
He's trying to let him know we still welcome here a little bit.
On Aya. He's trying to give him a little courage.
All right, give me some
courage. This is the thing, RB. Let me let him know.
We still welcome here.
Turn the stream off. Turn the stream off.
This is the thing, RB. Let me let him know.
Hello?
Okay, you ready for me?
Oh, yeah. You good.
Yeah. So the best thing that Ben can do is their first game, my son says, is away. So he needs to go and play that away game
Yep.
as his first game.
Yep.
Go in there and shoot out. You understand? Just shoot, 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 shoot.
Yep.
And then when he come home, he won't get booed as much. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because his little fragile ego cannot take the first home game and him the way they're gonna boo him. It's gonna be a hot mess.
Yep.
Like it's just gonna be thunder in the stadium because it's just gonna be booing him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His little ego, he gonna run back in the hole. So I would say play your first away game. Let him get it all out of his system,
Right.
and then ball out, like shoot out, and then I think he'll be good. But the other thing he needs to do is when they had their press conference,
Yep.
he get up there and apologize.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Apologize and say, I just plan to be better and shoot better, and it was my fault about last year. Just have a statement ready. You know what I mean? Have your statement, your apology ready. Apologize to the fans. I will try and do better. I will do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
If you speak it, it'll come into existence. So I just think that's what he should do. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be funny. I'm going to be tuned in to the home game when he plays. Because, man, they're going to go off I would play my first game away. If he going to come back, play that first game away, and then he'll be all right.
Exactly. And tomorrow, like I said, Doc's reporting that he's going to come out and practice with the team. If he really wanted to make this right, he could come out tomorrow, practice, get acclimated again, and come out to the press and just, take accountability. At least I would have some respect for that. I just don't know if he's going to do it.
Right.
And if he doesn't, then I don't have any confidence. Not at all.
Well, I hope he does it. I really do, because it would be in the best interest. It would be in his best interest.
Exactly.
If they do that.
Right.
So go ahead. Hopefully the team will tell him, make a statement for him if he don't know what to put together. And this is what you do, because if not, it's going to be hard for him. If he apologized to the press and to everybody, it won't be so bad when he enters that and they announce his name, because you don't want it to say, and now we got number 25, Ben Simmons. And then you hear, boo! That's all you're going to hear, Arby. That's all you're going to hear.
That's what you're going to hear. And I think it's a good point you talk about him coming out and shooting, because, it would help for him to take accountability. But, again, if he comes out the first couple games and he's the same player, like, what is that going to change? What is that going to change?
Nothing. And this is if I was Doc and the Sixers, I would have the plan just to put the ball in Ben's hands in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just get it over with. Like, the first half is all about Ben. Get the ball to Ben. That's the first half.
Yeah.
And just shoot. I don't care where you at. Just shoot. That's it.
Exactly.
If you get that out, if you get it out your system, that will turn. You know how Philly is.
Exactly.
If you rock out for us, we got you. You understand?
We
got
effort.
you. But that's it. And you show them, like, that's all he's going to do. Like Giannis, you don't care. He don't care if they don't make it or not.
Exactly.
It's the attempt. It's the fact that you tried.
Yeah.
So that's what Ben needs to do. And R&B, I love you, because your show is all that. You always got Mama Key on.
Mama Key, shout out to you for calling in. Always bringing the fire. Thank you, and hope you call back in soon as well. Shout out to all the great callers as well.
All right, I will.
Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
You too. Callers have been great. Brandon says, was I a little tipsy? Nah, you were good, Brandon. You and Mama Key have killed it so far. But, yeah, I agree with everything that she said in terms of, you got to come out here and prove to us something. You know what I mean? I mean, look, you got Allen Iverson right here trying to support you as well. Come on, man. Let the petty stuff go. Stop acting like a celebrity. Come out and prove yourself. Shoot a basketball. Say, take accountability. It's not hard, man. Come on. Be more aggressive but solid. If he shoots and forces bad shots, it'll make people call him trash. But at least he'll be trying. At least he'll try something. We want to see something different. We don't want to see him be the same exact player. We don't want that. We don't want that, because if he comes out and he's not shooting and he can't hit a free throw, we're not going to get anything for this guy. It's not going to change anything. That is the point of us bringing him back. We want to play him up and get him out of here for what we can. That's the goal of all this. So we'll see. But tough situation. I'm looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what happens in terms of that. But yeah, Allen Iverson with public support here. There's been a couple others, major players in the city of Philadelphia with major support. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see. But if you guys are just tuning in now, according to Keith Pompey, 2-5 expected to be at practice tomorrow. And you know what? If he does come out and he takes accountability and he at least tries to say the right things, maybe I'll stop calling him 2-5 for a week. Maybe. But I still don't think he will. I don't believe it till I see it. So, we'll see. Call into the show, 215-798-7638. Got some great calls in so far. Wonder what you guys are thinking about this squad. Do you think we can even compete? Do you think the return, if we do trade him, will be enough? Man, let's get some thoughts. Yo, you're live on the show. What's up? Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's going on? Yo.
Sorry, man. This is Aaron Cabbage. I'm wondering.
What's up, Aaron?
Sorry, man. Sorry, my dog just did something. I'm a little bit hungover, man. I'm sorry about that. But my question was, well, I just think aside from 2-5, man, Isaiah Joe, man, that kid is gives me Klay Thompson vibes, my dude. That kid is incredible.
Klay Thompson vibes. Yeah, I saw that as well, and someone said that, and I was like, wow, that's a big jump there. I don't know if he's Klay Thompson, but let me tell you something. This guy can shoot. This guy can shoot the ball. I'm excited
man.
For him. I'm excited.
No, I feel you. No, 100%. You were talking about Paul Reed, B-ball Paul. I think he's got a chance to play big minutes in the games where Embiid is out. You know what I mean? It's like a backup 5. I think he'll play more than Bassey for sure.
What about Andre Drummond though?
Well, no, but yeah, sorry. I was when Embiid is out, I mean as Andre Drummond starts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You mean Embiid resting the entire game? Okay, I got you.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Yeah, I think he can make a name for himself, no doubt.
Oh, 100%. I think he's got talent. He's got to be a little bit. It's a few years out from being a real big impact player, but he can seriously. Yeah. I feel like he could be a backup on a lesser team.
It's all about opportunity. They got to take it and take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but aside on 2-5's thing,
mm-hmm.
I mean, man, after his second year and he was just such a disappointment.
Right.
I was like, man, I feel like I was worried about him being a Wiggins, Wiggins clone, Wiggins never improved or whatever. But he's actually worse. He's worse for the team.
Dude,
I was like, unbelievable.
I never would have expected this situation to get here, man. This is an absolute joke.
Oh my god. 100%, dude. It's crazy, dude. I can't. It's insane. It's insane. But man, I think though, honestly, I'd rather he doesn't come back. I think this team is better off. Oh my god, my dogs are going crazy. I think it's starting to rain out.
Yeah.
But no, I think especially in the playoffs, man, we got this like the whole shooting around Embiid. Look how Embiid just went off in that one preseason game, man.
Embiid,
no one's gonna be able to stop him.
Yeah, we've been benefiting from that, from this surplus of shooters, and it just looks way better. Tyrese Maxey can play the point way better. I agree with you. I think I think it's time to move on, and I know that's the end goal, and it will happen. It's just a matter of time. But I agree with you. I don't want any toxicity with these young guys because I think they have a good nucleus, and I don't want that. I don't want that for them.
No, 100%. And look about this. Embiid, last year was second in MVP voting. Would have been MVP without the injury.
Right.
With no spacing, basically, with 2-5 on the floor. What do you think he did this year without him?
Yeah, exactly.
No, exactly.
Do normal offense things. Run pick and rolls, right? Get guys open. I mean, we have a lot of shooters on this
100%.
team. And I know people talk about 2-5 creating looks and all this and that. Let me tell you something. It's a little bit easier to create looks than it is to knock down threes. And We just need guys
That's
to
true.
shoot around
That's
Joel.
true.
This is not like other teams. I'm tired of
Yeah.
people bunching that in. No. Look at the Denver Nuggets. They play different than everybody else does. The Sixers play different than everybody else. Joel's a different beast.
Exactly.
We got to play to our strengths.
No, 100%. 100%. Dude, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to head out, man. After this,
All right,
I got to go do some stuff.
Yeah,
All right,
shout
take
out to
care,
you,
man.
man. Appreciate the call.
Good show.
Thank you, man. Shout out to another great caller. See my guy Nest Out West in the chat. What's going on, Nest Out West? If you guys aren't following his page, man, go show him some love, man. He's a great content creator, great dude. Thank you for tuning into the chat, man. We got 200 people in the chat.
Yes, sir.
On a little random Saturday evening, afternoon, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. I might live stream if they have a press thing, but I might just make a recap of it. But, I'll be up. Be ready. Be ready. Think there's a 5% chance he speaks to the media. If he does, like, one, we have to see if he actually practices or if this is just all speak. Two, we got to see if he talks to the media. With those two answers, we'll be able to tell a lot from that. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, we'll take a few more calls. Call into the show, 215-798-7638. Monday, I'll try to drop a record prediction, even though it's going to be the hardest one to ever do. Tuesday, we'll be talking the night before the game. And Wednesday, we're on the play-by-play. If you guys watch the TV and, you want some energy or maybe you're on the road working or something, tune into the play-by-play. We'll have all the coverage that you need. On the road to 15K. Isaiah Joe's a keeper. Look at this clip right here. Like, he's just active. I saw, even Jaden Springer was diving on the floor yesterday. These guys were active, and I love that. I love seeing guys play hard. I'm a sucker for guys that play hard, man. That's why I love TJ McConnell so much. And I would take TJ back in a heartbeat, by the way, even though you guys criticized me for that one. Let's go back to the lines. Yo, what's going on? You're live on the show.
Yo, what's good, RB?
Yo, what's up, man?
Dude, why does this shit always happen with Philly, man? Like, I'm so sick of all this crazy drama. It's ridiculous.
Telling me, man, it's rough.
Like, I don't even know if this guy's gonna show up tomorrow, and if he does, I just can't even stand looking at him anymore. But
I agree.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. The whole NBA media is just laughing at us right now. We're just like a reality show. I was watching the Charles Barkley, and he was like on a podcast yesterday. I think it was like with John Clark, right?
Yeah, John Clark.
And he was like one of the only ones, and like he and Stephen A. Smith are like the only two that really get it in the national media. Everyone else just thinks it, blames it on us. So,
You know why, right? Because they've been around it. They've been in Philly. They get it.
Yeah, they know how we are. So
exactly.
I mean, I see these guys on ESPN saying, the fans were nicer to him if we just gave him a chance. Like, dude, we've given him 5 years, man. Like, I'm trying to see this guy win my lifetime. I mean, I'm 23, so.
Yeah, dude. ESPN,
You know?
I mean, like, I feel like ESPN and some of the higher networks, sometimes they have people that kind of look at the box scores, but they don't want, they can't watch every game like we do. We really analyze this stuff, and it's just about being in the city and being around it, like, we have shown nothing. Like, even me, like, I've shown so much support for this guy. I mean, it's ridiculous that it even got to this point where, like, people in Philadelphia are painted as the bad guy. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I think Charles is spot on. I was listening to the podcast as well, and he pretty much said, like, the first time you face any adversity, you're ready to get up and run away from a contract you signed. Like, who does that?
Yep.
Who does that?
Like, literally, dude, like, usually it's good players wanting to get off bad teams, but, like, we're a good team, and this guy's just not that good, and he's, like, bitching about he's doing this. Like, it's crazy. I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And what's even crazier is that, like, that is so cruel. But then again, we look at what happened with Markelle Fultz, and it's like, you're right. Like, why does this happen?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous, man. Joel does not deserve this.
Yeah, man. Like you said earlier, like, I watch you a lot. You and DJ are, like, my favorite streamers for this shit. And like you guys said, I think Charles said this too. I just want to see, like, Embiid come out. If especially if this drags on, I just want to see him just say like, "Look, I'm the leader of this team. I'm the best player. We're gonna." If he can like say the right thing. He's like, if he wants to be here, that's fine. If not, then we just got to move on. Like we can't just let this drag out.
Exactly.
Have him like answer.
Really good point there.
Whole year.
Really good point. I think that it's interesting because Joel has said what he has said. And I think that he's actually, I said a couple weeks ago, like, I want to see Joel take more of a vocal role, like a leader role. And everything that we've been hearing about Joel is that's all he's been doing, how he holds himself and the others around him. And, I don't think he's going to be as held back anymore because he said what he has said now. Probably should have happened earlier, but he knows he doesn't have time to waste anymore, so we'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's in his prime. He's trying to win now. I mean, we've had great players in the past, like, and at the wrong time. Like, AI was amazing.
Yep.
Charles was amazing. And we just need a title, man. It's been too long.
We do.
And I've seen Embiid really, like, he's taken his game to the next level. And now I think finally he's becoming that leader that we need, ready to take us to, like, that final step.
Yep.
Win a title.
I agree.
Great.
And I hope that the personnel follows, and I hope we can get it done, man, because, like you said, he deserves it. He deserves it. But, I appreciate the call, my man.
Thanks, brother. I'll see you on the play-by-play Wednesday. I'm hyped for it.
Thank you, bro. Much love to you, man. Shout out to him. Said he'll see me on the play-by-play. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I know he's an OG of the channel. He watches all the content. We'll take maybe one or two more, then we'll hop off here. We blame Ben for losing the series, but that's not true. It absolutely is part of it. You can't really deny that. And Keith, you're actually making my point here because everybody else took accountability when 2-5 had the most. And he couldn't say one thing except, that statement will forever stick with me. I want you to know that. When he said, I am who I am, it is what it is, that was so deflating to hear as a fan. Like, think about your personal life. Like, when something doesn't go well, what do you do? Like, do you want to get better at it? Do you try? Like, or do you just give up? Me personally, like, if I fail at something, and failing happens to everybody, we know that. But, like, don't you want to get better? Like, you run away? Especially when you have obligations? Like, really? Come on, man. I'm just talking in general from my own perspective. Like, my personal life. Like, if I don't do something right or I'm not good at it, like, I'm just going to try to get better. And if I try and I go out trying, then okay. But I'm not going to run away from it. Come on, man. Wesley, I don't even know what to say to you, Wesley. I understand your take on it, and, it's not toxic at all for 5 years of playoff basketball and, the same things happening. The same things happening. I would get if there was different issues, but it's the same thing. It's really not hard to see. And no, he's not the only reason we lost the series, guys. He's not the only reason, but it's just it's tough, man. It's really tough. See a couple calls here. I don't know why they didn't come through, but let's see. Take a couple more. Give me your thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts about the final roster prediction? What do we think about tomorrow? Do we think he shows up? Do we think he does the right thing? Again, shout out to everybody for coming through. If you haven't yet, drop a like, man. It helps push this content out tremendously. Subscribe if you're new. Show some love to the channel. We got merch available. We'll probably be dropping some merch soon, some new merch. And, channel memberships are available as well if you want the emojis in the chat. So we'll see. Does Shaq Harrison make the team? Shaq actually got cut. He got waived, and he's going to the G League. He's going to the Blue Coats. So he'll probably spend most of the season there. Don't think he'll really come back up, but that's just my take on it. We'll see. Let's see here. Dang, man. Perfect. Keith becoming a channel member of the Fire Take Nation. Show him some love in the chat. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Keith, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Keith, for becoming a Fire Take member. And he's coming in with a $5 donation. Keith, man, really appreciate the support. Thank you for furthering the support and the growth of the channel, man. Much love to you. Drop a yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Keith. Appreciate it, man. Joining the Fire Take All-Stars. Dropping the super chat. Much love, man. Yeah, you know, Fire Take Nation's going to be there. We're going to be lit during the play-by-plays, during the other streams. If you want the emojis and all that good stuff and extra perks, check out the channel memberships. Thank you for igniting that animation. I wanted to see if that worked, so thank you, Keith. Guess we don't have anybody that wants to answer the phones. We got 170 people up in here, man. We got to at least get one more in here. Let's see. Let's see. We got people arguing in the chat. I don't have time for that. Megastar, ciao from Italy. What's going on, Megastar? What's going on? Shout out from Italy. We got people tuning in from all over the place. I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and hit our final caller. Yo, you're live on the show. What's going on?
What's good?
Yo, what's good?
Oh, shit. What up? Is this RB?
It's me. I love it. Talking to him.
Go ahead. Yeah, my shit's lagging. I can't. I'm watching live.
Yeah, turn the volume down in the back. You should be able to hear me still.
Yeah, I just give it a shit. How you, man? How are they going?
Doing good. How about you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's X, man. I was just going to rap about this shit.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm fucking with Isaiah Joe development.
I like him a lot.
I feel like he damn near just saved the Sixers in the aspect of like not to look at him as a trade piece, but it's like, you know, we have another young guard to lean on. Like, he's gonna like develop into a reputable guard, like Tyrese is. So it's like, I like the dynamic between the youngins, what they doing.
Right.
They hungry, like, yeah, how you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what do you think his ceiling is? Because I think him and Maxey could be a future backcourt one day. What do you think?
Seriously, that's why I was like, it's so great. I'm just seeing the stats right now. I'm like, damn, like I see that as well, man. So it's like,
yeah,
like, I know the Sixers is great, happy to see that. Like, damn, we got a young backcourt to lean on. Like, they're so young and they have so much time to grow into what they grow to. And you see what they're doing now, how they see the floor now. I know it's preseason, but you know, I know they put that work in Tyrese. You know,
yeah,
you know, he posts.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. And I mean, it's crazy. You know, I have it up here. Isaiah Joe shot almost 60% from three in the preseason. I mean, that's making his mark. You know what I mean? And I don't think, like, I really hope that Doc plays him. I hope he gives him a shot because I don't see how he can't play him. You know what I mean?
No, he said he's going to play him. He said, yeah, he got to get more time.
Yeah.
Like, that game, though, he just be tough on him. And it's like, I feel like what people don't give Doc credit for is like they be like, yeah, why you go so deep in the bench and in the playoffs, which is I don't agree with. You know, I'm not vouching for him, but it's like, right, he does have a certain trust in his players, and I don't know, man. Like Doc is iffy. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if you get a good season where everything just flows how he wants it, and he, right, you know, like I hope they lock in. The coaching staff was like, you know, we have to do better.
Yeah.
You know, the adjustments need to be made. You know, I hope this is a growth year because we gotta, you know, they can stick with it sometimes with coaches and have them learn. And like Mike Budenholzer, example, they wanted him gone.
Right.
You know, I mean, he cut through.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point. I think Doc's going to have to get past this whole blowing leads, you know, like that can't happen again. And if it does, I don't think he'll be here anymore. Yeah. But I you know, the defense has been insane. And I mean, Doc did a lot of good things for our team, but there definitely are flaws and we got to see improvement this year. We do. Last year was his first year, you know?
Yeah, man. like as long as like I just feel like if because Doc, like the only thing that you could vouch for Doc last year is that Ben shit his pants like nobody expected that.
Right.
But like this year, I feel like Ben is under the mindset now. I hope he is. It's like I just got pushed through this shit. Like,
yep.
I mean, if I want to get traded, because like I feel like they're putting out like, oh yeah, we want to convince them long term, but it's like I feel like the front office know like his heart like doesn't match the the certain intensity that the city
right.
like how Embiid carried the shit. He's like no like what you get the feeling like players like and all the Sixers.
Yeah.
Well, I just feel like Ben, if he just come through, push through this shit, put up some put up a little. 16, but it's regular shit. But once I feel like he definitely did put that time, and I'm not gonna, just be redundant no matter how he fucked up the franchise or whatever. But like, I feel like he put that work in to jump at least a couple points in points per game. But I'm just thinking of the trade package now that. You have options. You have Corky. Like Corky got some good spots in the league. Like you could look up his film. Tyrese, Isaiah, Reed. Like everybody. It's like we actually do. Like we will have like a great trade package. I'm just excited for.
Yeah.
I'm not even like Dame or Die or CJ or Die.
Right.
Just like or whatever. Like those top names, but like.
Yep.
How the system is, and 4 out, 1 in, and how he's working. Just like any type of like reputable 20-point per game scorer coming in with Toby, because I feel like he'll make the league that he needs to.
Yeah, I agree 100%, man. 100%. Hope it works out. Hey, appreciate the call, my guy. Thank you, bro. Shout out to him. You guys are funny in the chat, man. I gotta stop reading the chat during the phone calls. Keith says, no, not saying he doesn't get any blame, but we were talking to him like he was the only reason. No, he wasn't the only reason, but he was a major reason, and he's been a reason in the past as well. And again, like, when you get paid a lot, you're number 1 overall pick, the spotlight's on you, bud. And we just want to see improvement. That's what the city wants, and just a lot of stuff that's come out, so... Who knows? It's tough. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens in the next few days. We'll see how it goes, but who knows, man? Who knows? I hope Isaiah Joe makes the roster and plays a good amount of minutes. I know he'll make it, but I hope Doc gives him a chance. Looking at the bench, Drummond, Niang, guess Maxey to start. Hopefully Joe's in there. Furky, Tease, I don't know, man. We got some guys. We got some guys to compete. So we'll see. Philly should have never made 2-5 the point guard. He's great in transition, terrible in a half court unless used as a slasher. Could have been the power forward, get a rebound, push the pace. Nah, he can't be. He doesn't matter what position you are. You got to shoot. Even centers now are pretty much having to take their game to another level by at least attempting jump shots. And we're not even asking about making it. We're talking about attempting jump shots. So we'll see, man. Keith, you can't talk about us getting swept. That has nothing to do with what else has happened, because that season we had Al Horford, we had Joel Embiid. Like, it was we didn't have Danny Green. Like, it was completely different. We had botched our entire lineup. We made the worst fit ever. And yeah, Brett Brown was the coach. Like, he took Alec Burks out. Like, that has nothing to do with that. Honestly, it has nothing to do with that. What I will say is that we've lost 2 series in Game 7 when I feel like we could have gone all the way to the finals. And a lot of it is because, one, we weren't playing offense 5-on-5. And that's pretty much why, so we will see. Oh, yeah, Shake Milton. I forgot to talk about Shake. Shake's another guy you got to throw in there. That's the one I was forgetting earlier. We got Shake, Matisse, Isaiah Joe, Maxey. There's going to be these guys competing, man. They're going to be going for it all, so we'll see. Is Shake even going to get run? Is Shake Milton even going to get consistent run? I don't know. I think Doc, for some reason, loves Shake Milton, and he's going to try to rock with him, but I hope Isaiah gets some run. I really do. But that being said, talked about everything. If you guys are catching this on the second time around, drop a like, subscribe, give me some thoughts down in the comments. Again, we'll be back tomorrow covering whatever happens with the Sixers. Don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. And Monday, we'll try to talk more about the team and their record and stuff and all that. And then Tuesday's the night before. And then Wednesday, we're back in New Orleans. Zion is not playing. Zion is out with an injury. He cannot seem to stay healthy right now. So we will see what happens. It's going to be interesting. But shout out to everybody for coming through to the chat, man. Shout out Keith for becoming a channel member. All the donations. It was very good stream today. Covered a lot. Be covering it each day. If you want to stay updated on the Sixers coverage, man, subscribe, hit that bell, drop a like, man. Shout out to everybody for coming through. Got a lot of good stuff coming up, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with me on a Saturday afternoon. Till next time. Appreciate you guys so much, man. And have a great rest of your weekend. Man.